Hello. It's Stormworks time. Continue. So I'm basically going to use what I've learned from my previous ship and make a better one. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Ah, there's my old ship and all of its uh, unbalanced glory. Alrighty, I've got the goofy boy. Um, what should I do? I guess I can start with just a hull. Ooh, I could do a twin hull design. That could be interesting. I don't know which one I used. I think it was this one. Or is it this one? I don't know. That one's really skinny. That's what I used for the base of my previous ship. It's actually a really big hull. Hmm. Oh. Let's push new. Confirm. What tools do I have here? Grid lines, rotation labels, measurements, world view, editor warnings. What's up here? We got microcontrollers, selection, grid, merge, logic. Interesting. So let's see here. Load presets. Rocket, modular engine. I could just build a ship like around something like that. Like a reactor. Or a firebox. I mean, having a nuclear powered ship does sound kind of fun. Then I have to build a hull around it myself. Why don't I just look at this? Let's see what's going on here. Inside of here, what are you? Okay, you are urane. Hold on. Oop. Nuclear fuel rod, nuclear fuel assembly, nuclear control rod. Okay. Interesting. It's reaction. Oh, right. Okay. I don't really know how that works yet. I know that's what the example is here for, but I still don't understand how it works. I see that. Oh, does that fill with fluid? Oh, it does. Let's see if I can. Okay, I think I understand how this works. So control rods, we got one for each, one for almost every fuel rod. So control rods at the edges. Correct, these are one piece, right? Yeah. So control rods at the edges, fuel assemblies in the middle, fuel rods at the top. What is that? Is it a little... What is that? Linear track base. What? Why is there a linear track base? Oh, is that how it... Oh, that's how it lowers and... Oh, okay. That's how it lowers the fuel rods. Okay. Like... Any kind of controls here, or is it all just controlled by itself? I want to spawn it, but not here. Okay. Exit. When did it get cold? We go... Wherever it is. There it is. Yes. Because I want to try and get an understanding for a nuclear reactor, and before I try to shove it inside of a ship and cause multiple nuclear disasters. Okay. Spawn it. They just immediately fell. Okay. What is this? That's obviously... It must be output then? Yeah, let's see what happens here. It's a function. Real. Threshold, constant on signal. Let's see what happens here. Does the fuel rods just kind of like rise by themselves at some point? See, this is the thing that complicates things. Needing to have things like logic components to control it. Okay. Oh, I'm starting to hear the turbine spinning. Uh-oh. I don't know if that's a bad thing or not. It's glowing red. Oh, the other ones are starting to glow red too. The example reactor doesn't like have a meltdown, right? It'll lift itself up, right? Well, something's happening. I don't like this. Why are they glowing red? I mean, usually glowing red is bad. Okay, no, it's not glowing anymore. Okay. And what? Once it makes it to a certain threshold of temperature, it lets them function again? Is this like a required part that there needs to be like that linear track thing? Interesting. Okay. I'm not going to put that there. I'm just going to see what happens if I simply put... Hold on. If I just simply put one of these with one of these things on top. Okay, I can't. So that's the catch there, is that I can't. But what I can do is I can make it so that I can just look the right way. There we go. Like that. Nuclear fuel rod. Oh, which way are these things? They're facing that way. Okay. And now we just erase this part. Alright, so let's see what happens if I just spawn that. Oh, it doesn't fall. Look at this goofy Stormworks physics right here. We're just shooting it with a gun. Maybe that's not a good idea. Am I capable of causing a nuclear meltdown if I shoot all of these things? Like if I do that... Oh, that appears to have broken things. Oh, they changed the fire button automatically, so now it's not B anymore. That was a really big pain. Okay, hold on. Is that gonna start heating up? I think I broke something. I broke the wrong thing. I wanted to break the thing that... Oh, actually. Let's have a look. Insertion target. Oh, constant on signal for that. Threshold gate value to test. Pressure. And then it just stops that flow. Every time I try to set something like that up, it ends up continuing to heat up anyways. That's not fair. Release fuel rod. That's not connected to anything. Slider speed? Wait, what? That's an input. Why can I make... Why can I That's kind of a fun idea. I might try that just to see what happens. Let's see your other issue here. Oh, you're not even connected to power. Boink. I'm assuming that a full nuclear meltdown would not be good, but I mean, I'm not going to know unless I try to make it happen, so. Okay, they've fallen in. So now what I do is I break the threshold gate, and that should make it so that it goes into the, I think, break that. Okay, I think that should cause a meltdown now. Do I? Yeah, there we go. So that should cause a meltdown now. Since there's now that thing is not functioning, that thing will not stop that thing from continuing to heat up, so the boiler will explode. Probably not ideal, but I'll break that. There we go. Now those are broken, so all the heat's not going anywhere. Alright, it's starting to glow red. I don't know if that's a bad thing or not, if that noise is... I assume that noise is bad. Is there a speaker somewhere? Is that a speaker? No, it's a temperature gauge. Where's the... Find out what happens. Definitely continuing to glow pretty red. What would happen if that doesn't break the seal? not enough to make water come pouring out of it. How does a boat fill with water? Start breaking the frame all around this thing. Oh, so it's still working. Well, that's disappointing. So, nuclear meltdown is not possible. Cool. Somehow it just continues to work. Well, anyways, I think I'll just, yeah, we'll leave that there and we'll go do other things now. So now that I have not figured out how those work, I'm not going to use it. Teleport here. Okay. Boop. Load. Workshop. I think the hull that's actually kind of nice is this one because it's decently large. Or should I just use the same? Well, this hull's not great because it's just too long and not wide enough. But this is nice. Decently long. Pretty wide. Well, very wide considering it's got the double pontoons. Like the twin shape. Should get rid of that. There we go. So let's have a look at how this is. What's in here? What are you? Fluid spawner, and what are you? What are you? Scroll until I find it. Liquid meter. Okay, let's see logic. Data, composite, data, composite. Oh, oopsie. There we go. Composite, data. So it comes pre-done with fuel tanks, but I don't need them, so. Symmetry, X. There we are. No more fuel tanks. Whoopsie. Okay, some of those pieces I guess are important. Like that. Like that. Now we've got a nice big empty space in here. There's nothing under there, right? Okay. They seem rather flat on the bottom, but I think that's okay. So let's see, what should I do here? Ooh, I've got a nice idea. Hold on. We'll make a jet-powered boat. But what I'll do is the jet exhaust will like come up here and look kind of like ship funnels. Okay, hold on, let me check the logic here. We have thrust spoiler, rotation target, temperature, and air pressure. Okay. So pretty standard stuff for a jet exhaust. Because I know I could put it there, but then if I have any thrust vector on it, it's just going to try to flip the ship. But if I have it like this, then I would be able to use it to control my ship as well. This is a neat idea. I like this idea. We might use it. The jet exhaust just does that, but this one can move. which is very nice. I don't know what this one does. I don't know what it does. Because this one comes with, you know, RPS, but this one just doesn't do anything. Unless it produces electric. This one down. Logic? No? What does it say? Convert air pressure to RPS within a jet engine. It doesn't have an RPS connection though. I don't know. I'll figure out how I'm gonna make this thing move later. For now, I'll just figure other things out. Okay, let's see here. So if I want to use jet power, I'm going to need... Ooh, yeah, air intakes. That's going to be an issue. If any water touches those, they're just going to explode. But I think... Ooh, that's the wrong one. If I remember correctly, jets don't care about being in enclosed spaces. At least for their exhaust. I think this has to be in open air. So we'll have to build the jet engines first. So first things first, we need a jet compressor. So remember that time where I put in the compressors backwards. That was a little awkward. Especially once I realized what I had done. Okay, those lined up. Yep, cool. Now then, is that enough space to fit in? No. Okie doke. Is that lined up? Nope, that's back one. Okay. Oops. There we go. Then we... Oh, that's too high up. Only need it to be like one block sticking up. There we go. And then we do this. And we do that. Yep, okay. And we do this. Grab you. Like that. So now those should be sitting right there. Yep, cool. So that'll help me mark them so that I know where they are. And I don't accidentally put something important over top of them. I have an interesting idea for how to make the intakes kind of integrate in and not look like a bunch of, like just a random turbofan sitting there. Although that's not a terrible idea though. Oops. Well, let me just brainstorm about how to make the jet engines, or the jet air intakes. So what I could do is like, we'll pretend this is the top of the ship, right? So this could go there, and then it could be a row kind of like this with angle duct at the back. Oops, and do that. I mean, some ships do have an air intake that kind of looks similar to this. You know, like those don't, they look like jet engines, but you could pass them off as like radiators kind of thing. So that could be passed off as the cooling system, even though it's the air intake for the jet gas turbines, I guess. I guess I should call them gas turbines since they're not really being used as jets in this case. I also dislike that the only straight duct that I have is a thickness of 1. So now we have, so just, this doesn't, I know that doesn't make sense to do, but I just want to have the 2 air intakes be connected together. So so it kind of balances each other out if one ends up with higher pressure than the other, just so that everything stays balanced. So this is for fuel to go in and be burnt. Jet engines are decently efficient. But I don't know if I want to do double or if I just want to do 1. How much space do I have left? Oh, I have a lot of space left. Okay. Because we saw that the 4 with the 4 of these with the 4 turbines works really well, so I just don't know how much fuel this uses. I guess we'll find out. I can always build in extra fuel tanks, so not a terribly big issue. Let's just continue this pattern here. We do 4 of these. And last ones. Boom, like that. We'll probably do some proper like electrical work too. You know, with breakers and stuff. I guess for now, until I finish the rest of it, I should probably figure out what I'm doing with the exhaust. Because as we learned, at least that I learned, that sure they work without an exhaust, but they're not as effective. They don't work as well. Because, you know, without somewhere for the exhaust to go, it just, like, it doesn't just disappear. I also have to keep in mind that wherever I put these, they are not going to be sealed. Meaning that if water splashes, if they are even remotely connected to the surface of the ocean, this entire area will be flooded. This is something I learned the hard way when I tried to do something similar to this on my own. Yeah, nope, it doesn't work like that. So now I have that. That propels me forwards, but it would also propel me. It would propel the front down too, because it's pushing from up here instead of down at the bottom. So it would help keep the front down a little bit, because it's pushing it from the top part. Not that this should have any thrust anyways by the time it makes it through all of this, but, you know, you never know. I mean, those look like ship funnels, to be honest. We got, like, the basic idea going. So now I have to do some modifications. Because I kind of want to be able to walk between the 2 sides on the lower decks. In order to do that, this needs to be a lot wider. Something like that. Also, okay, I need to make sure this is centered though. Let's see if I know how to count. I guess I'll just eyeball it. So I need to go like 3 more this way, I think. Nope, 1 more. that centered? Hold on. Is this centered? Nope, needs to go further this way. Let's see, how about now? Okay, if I remove a layer from here, does that balance it out? Yes. Okay, close enough. If it's not exact, I don't care. It doesn't need to be exact, as long as it's close enough that on a quick glance, it looks to be about the same. That's all I care about. So now we have that, so that'll be lots of space to run in between the two sides. So now the question is, how do I build this up? So I could probably do a floor that's just the twin hulls still. This thing's going to be heavy. So probably all of this area will, at least all of that area will be underwater. Actually, hold on. If I spawn it now, let's just make sure we save this as new boat. Check. Let's spawn it and see if it immediately sinks. Yep. Immediately sank to the bottom. I will show you why. It's because these don't count as sealed, so as soon as water goes over them, they just fill with water and the thing sinks. Oh shoot, it fell under the world editor. Oh no. Oh no, it fell under the editor. Nope, put it back. There we go. So if I were to remove all of these little holes that let water in, or if I were to section off, which I did do in a boat that I did on my own, I just simply sectioned this off. It still didn't work very well because there's still a large surface area, or sorry, no, not surface area, volume that's being filled with water out of the small space that's there. Guess I'll just start with... Okay, well that's just unacceptable. At least make it flush. I know I have another flipping option, but I refuse to use it almost consistently. Let's see, maybe I can do something better with the front here to try and get it to flip in. What can I do here? So if I were to do something like this here, then yeah, okay. Then I think I need another one of the inverse pyramids in back here. Oh no, I can't. Okay, that's not gonna work. But that will have the desired effect though. Just making it, I don't know, just trying to make it flow into this thing a little bit better than just a literal bar appearing out of nowheres. I think I can do what I did with the back. Just shove one of these in there. There we go. That's a little better. I wish we had like... Hold on, before I say that, let me make sure this doesn't already exist. Yeah, okay. I wish that we had like curved pieces. So you could, like tool that you could select where you can pick that square, and then drag, like kind of make a box, like you drag it here, you drag it there, and then you tell it to make a curve, and it makes a curve. You select curve and it goes like from there to there as best as curve as you want. So you could do a little curve or like very small curve, or you could do a very sharp curve, or you can go anywhere in between. Anything from diagonal there to there to like just, can I get a smaller thing? It's going like that would be nice. It would make, building things like hulls a little easier. Because then you can make nice big swooping pieces. But then if they get damaged, a giant portion of the ship gets damaged. But I mean, mild consequence. So I feel like one of the first things I did with this was I had actually expanded it by 1, so I had a 3 there. Like I literally manually just cut this part off. I mean, I started at the back and I just slowly worked my way over, making it 1 wider. But I've already put in the jet engines, so I'm not going to do that. So we'll just, I guess, start building it up. How many hours do I have in Stormworks? Oh gosh. Probably not 100, honestly. Hold on. Let me check this real quick. Library, Stormworks. Yeah, 76 hours. That's all I have in Stormworks. Not a ton. Not a lot of hours, but enough to kind of know what I'm doing. I think I'll leave that as an empty space there, just because that'll allow me to put things like logic circuits. I can put some logic things in there. Just hide it away like a constant on or a, whatever I might need. Any little thing I might need, I can put it in there. Oh, gotta remember, that is being a pathway. Pathway. Why is it? I mean, that's I will need to do that, but it's useful. And another section. Yeah. So now I just need to do this, let me find a door. Sliding door electric. Why? Erg. Actually, no, that works because I need somewhere for the button to go. Never mind. No gur. So yeah, I need to do it that many times until I have something that I can stand inside of. Ooh, let's be careful here. Like this. I know it just looks like a little box of death, but like that is going to be a pathway in between these two sections of the ship, and there will be an entrance on both sides. Or I can make the entrance in the middle, so this would be like the next floor. Also, this helps a little bit with this part. Some people might be like, oh, that's not very aerodynamic. It's a boat. Aerodynamics play very little into the fact that, like, anything in terms of boats. It's not aerodynamics, it's hydrodynamics, because it's a boat. It doesn't need to travel through the air efficiently, it needs to travel through the water efficiently. Which is why boats are capable of kind of having whatever on top of them, and it not really impeding them. No, don't do that. Okay, whatever. Guess I'll have to build up this part manually. This... Oh, I did it that way. Okay. We'll fill that block. Fill that. Fill that. Fill that. And that way I can do this now. Yeah. Look at me being so smart and innovative with my building technique. The totally not poisonous fumes from the jet engines will be leaving. They're not going to stay there. So now I can cover this up. And I guess I'll just fill in this and then call it a day for now. Just gotta... Ready. And now the easy part. Yoop. And then I think when it comes to building the next floor, I think I'll just start by filling in these sections. So in reality, that is where the next floor starts. It's right here. But I just don't know how I would be able to... Or do I even have to? Can't I just... I suppose I can just do that, can't I? When it comes to making the next floor, it doesn't need to really follow the shape of the ship. I might change the way this connects to it later, but at the moment, don't need to. It's just the beginning. Just the basic shape of the ship. It's all that's important right now. Hey, I used the J button for once while building. Oh, do I even need to use that button anymore? Can I just, like... No. No, I can't. Cool. That didn't go above, did it? Okay. Do-do-do-doom. And finally the inside piece. Bam. This seems so pointless to do since it's just gonna either hit the first one and then immediately sink, but let's save it to you. So we've built it up a layer. I just want to see how good it floats first. How we floating. See, look at that. It's a little front heavy, surprisingly. I mean, that looks like a perfectly good boat. Perfectly good shape for a boat. Return to workbench. I guess I'll finish the outside of the hull now. Can I find this side? Yeah, there we go. That'll make things easier. I'm actually I don't remember who made this hull. It's not the normal guy that I usually use for making, or I mean using hulls, not making hulls. I kind of like how almost curved the front of this looks now. It's really nice. Down here looks a bit weird because you can see the lines in between the different pieces, but like, it looks genuinely curved, which is kind of nice. I like it. So now here's a thought. How am I going to steer? I suppose I can throw some control surface medium. Holy. These are obviously for either very large boats or planes. What are these used for? Air or water? Oh, okay. Vehicle control, airplane, aeroplane, basic, number, electric. Okay. What about small? What does small look like? Oh right, I can't use symmetry for this. I forgot. It needs to have... Oh, that's a pain. It needs to have something holding it. No, not that way. This way. Like that. So why is that there? No. Turn off symmetry. Actually, we'll turn it on again. Then I think we'll go with one right there. Like that. The reason I do this is because if I have symmetry turned on, it does some wacky things with the arrows. It like, I don't know, it like reverses them or something. If I look at them here. Because it's mirroring them, right? So they become opposites of each other, and that doesn't work very well for steering when they, you know, steer in opposite directions. How do I want to make a... What is that? Interesting. Physics flutter. Okay. Just trying to think here, like, what do you do? What do you look like? Ooh, okay, okay. That actually looks okay. Kind of this like a... Sort of like that. Just to kind of make it a little more of an aerodynamic shape. Or whatever, hydrodynamic, something like that. It's a better shape, I guess. Ooh. Okay, okay, I've got, there's an idea forming here. We got neuron activation happening. We do this. Okay. We'll ignore the middle. We'll just get rid of it. Middle is not needed. Do this. Oh, too far back. Do that. You are facing the right direction, aren't you? Yes. And yes. That is, I did it again. Okay, grab the block, do that, do that, do that. Now we open this. We find the pyramids. Bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Shoot, I've messed it up. There we go. There we go. Look at that. Nice and aerodynamic. And then we'll save that. I think that's a good place to stop. Yeah, that'll do. Save and quit. Continue. Goodbye.